Jerry getting stronger in the Atlantic, and Noreaster forms and is about to pack a punch for many across the East Coast. Hi, everybody. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Justice, paying attention to all the different trends right here. Hope you're having a great day. Please let me know in the comment section where you're watching from, and let's get this conversation going. We've got a lot to talk about in the world of weather right now. Let's talk about first what's going on deep in the Atlantic. Look at Jerry taking off, getting close to the Caribbean Islands. Are you watching right now from the Lesser Antilles? Chime in right now. Anybody in the Virgin Islands through Puerto Rico? How about Florida checking in right now? We've got some cool air coming your way. It's here in South Carolina. We're feeling it coming your way very soon. And could we be looking at some big changes for winter? A lot unfolded or unpacked today, and I'm going to show you all of it as we move forward. So looking first at that satellite, you can see Jerry is taking off right there. You've got our front that is beginning to take shape off the coast. Now, it's going about as far south as it's going to go. Panhandle getting in some cooler air tonight. It's going to be comfortable from the Panhandle north through Georgia into the Carolinas. We're going to be in the 40s where I'm at, 30s just north of me in the mountains. Now, a few folks in Florida, I've got 60s on the way, with some of you getting into the 50s. Look at Jerry, though, expanding its intensity. But first, did you see the little stat that was put out today by the folks over at NOAA? I found this to be quite fascinating. This is the days in hurricane cone, in the Hurricane Center cone this year. I posted this on my Facebook page, which is quite fascinating here. So if you don't follow me on Facebook, good time to hop on right now, follow me there. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all the places. So wherever you're at, I'm there. Go and give me a follow or whatnot there, if you will. But here are the days under some sort of a National Hurricane Center cone today, this year. The Carolinas have been under it 12 times. Let me scroll up Florida. You're cut off for some reason. Well, it's way down there. You've been 3. For some reason, 3 is way down at the bottom of this map, but trust me when I say 3. 3 for Florida, 12 for South Carolina, 12 days in North Carolina, and oddly enough, in second place, other than the Carolinas, is New Mexico and Arizona. How in the world is that possible? Well, got those Pacific cones that come on up. And 6 days have been spent so far in this hurricane season this year out that way. Well, Florida, 3. Now, I think we're all okay with that, but it just goes to show you. And I'm not one to try to combat my comments or the naysayers, but somebody did say the other day that there's literally been no threats in South Carolina, but you keep talking about these hurricanes. Well, this map is from NOAA, from National Hurricane Center. I didn't make it, and it shows 12 days in South Carolina and North Carolina under the threat. So, folks, if it was Florida, I'd talk about it. If it's Georgia, if it was Texas, if it was Maine, I'd be talking about where the hurricane threats are. I happen to be from South Carolina, so, of course, I'm going to talk about South Carolina. And in this case, we're talking about it leading the way in the nation this year with hurricane threat days. I just thought that was pretty interesting and something to note because, of course, the Carolinas certainly coming off of a hurricane season unlike any other with Hurricane Helene and the 200 and so lives that were lost in my viewing area where we're at right now. I mean, just very devastating nonetheless with the fact that we're still rebuilding in so many different areas. To be under that many threats this year has certainly been unsettling to say the least. So hopefully, those of you that are watching right now and have been watching so far can get an appreciation for my level of forecasting. I'm transparent with you. I'll level with you. I'm going to keep it real. I'm not going to hype anything, but I'm sure not going to hide anything. You'll get a lot of people on line that will hide something or not say something even though the models are looking really big and bad until they know for sure that it's going to be a big and bad. And I get the merit there. You don't want to cry wolf every time there's a big storm, but I think if you phrase it right, I think this is a YouTube channel, a Facebook channel, wherever you're watching from, for weather. You're here to learn about weather, so I'm going to tell you about weather. I'm not going to hype it and say you need to watch out immediately, but boy, I'm going to tell you about this Noreaster coming in and how it's going to impact you. And for you folks watching right now in the Caribbean Islands, because I know so many of you, and this is the beauty of the internet now, are watching. And I am your source for meteorology and weather. So watching this right now, you are going to get grazed by this, Jerry, and it's coming in soon. I tell you, Google has done a fantastic job yet again. Here's the blend, which trended a little bit west and south today. So the trends were going away, and then they kind of kicked a little bit back in recent times. So, getting a little bit closer in than we would love. Some of those hurricane models still want to go a little bit west toward Bermuda, but I think the consensus is it's going to start to make that turn to the north. Google's DeepMind has rocked it the entire time. It has consistently showed these northern islands of the Lesser Antilles getting some impacts from the western side of this track, which will be a tropical storm turning into a hurricane later tonight into tomorrow. So if we look closer at what those impacts will be, you can see the GFS member. Let me reset this. Give us that fresh batch. Comes in here, thankfully weak, then takes it off. Then there's our Noreaster, which we'll talk about here in just a moment. But let's get into these impacts for you folks in the Lesser Antilles. Where are you watching from right now? Hi, hello to you. Prayers are with you tonight into tomorrow as you're going to have some rough wind and rain come your way. Really from St. Martin, Windward, Leeward Islands up through Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, northbound, eastbound. It's kind of where the bulk of this is going to go, just east of you. But big time rain here, and this is no storm to take lightly. You're going to get some wind. You're going to get some waves. Let me show you the wind gust swath here for you folks watching right now. I mean, you're talking 50, 60 mile per hour winds on some of these islands with 100 mile per hour winds about 30, 40 miles offshore. So Jerry's bearing down, and Jerry is certainly not playing around here for you folks in the Caribbean Islands. And again, thank you for watching. Thank you for your trust when it comes to weather in the Caribbean Islands. It means a lot to me that here from the States you're watching me and putting some stock in what I'm having to say to you here. As I look at the precipitation totals here, thank goodness that you're on the left or the west side. Weaker side is the west side. The more potent rain bands will be just east of the islands where we're talking 10 plus inches of rain. But I need you to know it's not going to be any cakewalk here. And the time frame for the worst of it appears to be tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow mid-morning through the afternoon. So we'll be watching this closely. As far as back here at home is concerned, we're gearing up for a nor'easter off the Carolina coast. It's going to begin to bring some rain in Friday night to areas like Myrtle Beach, Charleston, Wilmington, up through Cape Hatteras, Outer Banks. Going to be seeing some of that. You go up toward Norfolk into Washington, D.C. You go into New York City. This will be Saturday night into Sunday, and this thing's really taken off. If this were a month earlier, it'd probably be a pretty stout tropical system, which, by the way, you want some laughs, go look at my Facebook page. I posted about the next tropical system's name is Karen. People had some fun with that. Apparently, it's gone viral. It's got over 20,000 people chiming in with different Karen comments, which I found fascinating just because the name is going to be Karen next. This will likely not become Karen. It's going to be a cold core low, so it's more of a nor'easter. And if this were a month later, if this were into mid-November, we'd talk about some big snows showing up here for parts of the mid-Atlantic. It's not. It's just rain and cold and windy. I mean, Sunday, some of these wind gusts here along the coast are going to be quite potent. Let's look at those wind gusts. Here's the European first, showing these gusts up through Jersey Sunday into Monday, approaching 60 to 65 miles per hour. GFS has that swath a little bit closer into shore here for areas like D.C., 50-55, New York City, 55 to 60, then Jersey Shore. I mean, we're talking about some pretty significant winds, 60 to 65, with Boston at 63 mile per hour gusts. That is one heck of a nor'easter. And you look down here toward the Carolina coast, 35 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts, with inland areas like the Western Carolinas, Asheville, Greenville, Spartanburg, 25 to 30 mile per hour gusts. So, I mean, this is a big time low pressure that's cranking out some wind here. As far as rain is concerned, the European sure wallops Charleston, Myrtle Beach, up through Wilmington with 3+ inches of rain. You got a big swath in here that tries to get in on 5+ inches of rain. The GFS model in here showing that moving up toward the north with 2 to 4, maybe even 5 inches of rain up here through the mid-Atlantic. And not only that, it's kind of a cold rain. You kind of look at the wind. I mean, it's certainly nothing to play around with. 50 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Along with that cold air, check this out. So tonight is chilly. You'll wake up tomorrow morning, and we're talking about 30s and 40s wherever you're watching from, and whatever time you're watching from. Pleasant day Friday, pleasant day Saturday, all across the southeast. But because of that low now sits right here, it's yanking down colder air into more places. So the panhandle of Florida, you're in the 60s. Well, central Florida, you're finally down to 70, and I think we'll have lower humidity with that as well. While you go up here toward the western Carolinas, upper 30s to low low 40s Saturday morning. Going into Sunday, we've got some nice weather as well. And again, stretching on down, low 60s for the Panhandle, now mid 60s, finally showing up here for Central Florida, Sarasota, including you folks watching right now, Tampa. Only people not participating in this cool down will be the Florida Keys and parts of southeast Florida, where you'll be in the low 80s for low temperatures. How about the pattern as a whole? Well, we got a lot to watch. There's this dip in the jet stream right here, which creates that big nor'easter cut off, really. How about that next cool down? Is it coming? Is it as stout? Models have backed off a little bit on it, but if I look at the long-term pattern here going into next weekend, so we're talking 8, 9, 10 days out, I do have some idea. Looks like there is a cool down. It's just not as pronounced and deep as it was before. So if we look at that cool down, let's fast forward to next weekend. So we do begin to rebound temperatures. Let me go to Thursday. We're pushing 85 degrees again in the Western Carolinas with 90s Atlanta southbound. I mean, it's going to be back hot again. You thought we were done, didn't you? I mean, from turning on the heat in some places, I mean, people already breaking out the fleece, the flannel. I mean, we're talking about it getting hot again for a couple of days. But then this cold front comes back and knocks it back a little bit next weekend. So your highs go back to the 70s and 80s. The cool air coming in Sunday morning certainly looks to rival this weekend. It just doesn't look to be as frosty for the Western Carolinas. That said, New York, Pennsylvania, I mean, we're talking about some pretty significant cool weather. Frost and freeze conditions yet again, the end of the growing season up here. Probably for Boone, frost and freeze, and then going into Monday morning, you're in the 60s in Florida yet again for lows and highs, low 80s. So not too shabby. Not too shabby. How about deeper out into the Atlantic? What else do we need to look out for? Well, the main development region is showing Jerry as the main course to watch right now. But there's still some stuff here on the European ensembles, right here in the Caribbean, that if we look at our key, early on in the season, late on in the season, we really start to look at these numbers a little bit more. But 40 to 50% chance of a tropical system trying to form in this area, which it lines up with climatology. So that's the area that we'd have to look out for, because that area scoops stuff up and begins to send it off toward the north, which of course would not be ideal, because we would see things try to get going, and it could of course come closer to the United States, especially for you folks in Florida, if the fronts are timed appropriately. So that'll be something we'll have to watch here in the coming days. So folks, what do you have to say? Let's hit the comment section like we do every night with what your comments were from last video. Got them pulled up here. Let me know in this video where your comments are coming from, what city you're representing from, and what's on your mind tonight, as we'll open up the floor to whatever and however you got to say. Looks like we're off with a doozy right here. Let's see what Brian's got to say. Starting off strong. I don't normally chime in on the comments. Love it. All right, but this man does a blank good job. He's very transparent and engaging with his followers. I can appreciate that. And furthermore, we got a furthermore. Yes, what we got. There were some people in the comment section yesterday if you tuned in. So I think you're reacting to that, Brian. Thank you, by the way, for your kind words. He doesn't say anything different than the dozens of other meteorologists I watched. Do not. Okay. But what does set him apart from other AMS meteorologists is his engagements. Meteorology is a practice in some ways. It evolves. It changes rapidly, and while modeling doesn't always pan out, at least Chris does try to give us his expert opinion along the way. And many others do sincerely appreciate his efforts. So, hey, Chris, keep it up, man. Don't let the negativity stop you from being you. Hey, Brian, I love it, man. Thank you for that. I sure appreciate it. Yeah, there were some naysayers yesterday, so thank you for your kind words. I appreciate that. Here we are. We appreciate you, Chris. Love how you break everything down. Thank you. We got Florida in the house. Stay safe. Amen. Thank you, Joel. Watching from North Carolina. Hey, Don's watching right now from Minnesota. I sincerely appreciate your weather updates. As Bing Crosby once said, you've got to enunciate the positive. I love that. Okay. Accentuate the positive. Yes, accentuate the positive. Eliminate the negative. Latch on to the affirmative. That's what you do best. Oh, thank you, Don. That's so kind. I really appreciate your kind words. Julie, hey, thanks for your informative, non-hype, and easy-to-understand forecast. Sure appreciate you watching from Conway. Hey, thank you, Julie, from watching in Conway. We got Sean watching right now from Pickens. Thank you for the updates. They are appreciated. Hey, no matter what they say, the rest of us are watching you because we know what you're talking about in Sebring, Florida, and love you. Hey, thank you so much. We got Tammy watching from Nakina, North Carolina. Tammy says, always watching, by the way. Hey, thank you, Tammy. Hey, watching from Florida. Please send some cool weather. You got it, coming your way. Looks like it'll be here this weekend. Got Central Florida in the house. Awanda. Hi, thank you so much. What else we got in the house? Cooler air in Florida. Does still watch for the small system to come to the cold. Watching from Sebring, Florida. Hey, thank you so much. Lakeland, Florida is in the house. Thank you for keeping us posted on the weather today. And as always, you are great. Best you and your family take care. Hey, thank you. Listening from Georgia. Hi, Chris. Thank you. Hey, Chris and WYFF News 4 family. I'm watching you guys all day long. And thank you, Chris, for what you've done. Your friend Joshua Caleb. Hey, thank you. Watching from Barbados tonight. Hey, thank you, Portia. Rose says, Chris, you're my favorite go-to weather person. You give me the forecast every morning. Thank you. You are the best. All my family's in New York, and I'm telling them what's coming their way because Chris said so. They never seem to understand what I'm saying. What is going on in Sarasota? We are so dry with no rain, and all I have seen is anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. God bless you and keep up your great work. Yeah, you were in a drought, a flash drought for sure, and it could continue to get worse. I don't see a good chance of rain for you soon, Grows, but at least you're going to be cooling off a little bit. We got Vernette in the house. Hello, weatherman. Watching you from northern Bahamas in Abaco. You do a great job. We have been having a lot of rain in some flooded areas, but we are enjoying the rain. Hi, thank you for that. Good report there, and thank you for watching in the Bahamas. Goldsboro's in the house. Cary, North Carolina is in the house. Hey, Chris, watching you from Orlando. I'm so excited about the cooler weather coming to Florida. This is the time of year where I miss my South Carolina home so much. Prayers for everyone in the path of these storms. Thank you for that, Penny. Hey, watching from the upstate. Thank you. Maryland's from Holiday, Florida. Somerville, South Carolina is in the house. South Jersey's checking in, specifically near Philly. We got Kaplan, Louisiana in the house. Got another folks from Jersey. Hi, Phil. More South Carolina's in the house. Big Bend region of Florida. Jacksonville, North Carolina. Hope all is well with your family, and that really does mean a lot. Yes, we need the rain, but not the wind. Looking for lower humidity levels in South Florida, Chris. Watching from Hobe Sound, Florida. Hi, Bill. Thank you. Benson, North Carolina here. Hi, Gene. Watching from Georgetown, South Carolina. I agree that the East Coast is going to get a lot of snow this year. Thank you for reading my post. Who cares what the other person says? He's an idiot. I watch a lot of weather forecasts out of all of them. You are the best and grateful for you. Michael, thank you. Thanks for the laugh, too. Oh, man. The folks complaining about the weather forecast early based on models to give them a heads up are the same folks who complain they didn't have enough notice when something does come and it goes bad for them. Yeah, I try to always give the early notice. Sometimes, it's for no reason. But I'd rather that be the case than to not tell you something, right? I mean, you got plans to make. Rose, I cannot believe that person just said that to you. I find it upsetting. Don't even give them a word. What is wrong with people now? 2 of them. That's right. They don't know what kind of weather you're delivering. Shame on them. Rose, thank you. We got West Palm in the house. Hey, Chris, looks like it's time to break out the flannel shirts here in 96. I agree. Happening in Simpsonville at my home, too. Hampton, Virginia, next to Newport News, across the water from Norfolk. Thank you for watching, Andrew. Matthew's watching from Abington, Maryland. We got Hershey, Pennsylvania. Hello, Linda. Curay Beach, North Carolina. Mount Pleasant, downstate. Hello to you. Second live stream. It's my lucky week. It's my midweek Friday. All right. Thanks for watching, Emmanuel. Stay safe at work, all right? Gotcha. Maybe the 3rd time in a row. Did we do 3 times in a row? Just what the Outer Banks do not need. Tampa area. Don't be distracted by criticism. Remember, the only taste of success some people have is when they take a bite out of you. Zig Ziglar. Hey, thank you, John. Good advice. Hi from Miami, Florida. Are we ever going to cool down? Not anytime soon. As you just saw, even Central Florida, Orlando, up through parts of Sarasota are going to be in the low 60s while you're in the mid 70s. So things are a little bit different your way. Got Bridgeport, Connecticut in the house. Winchester, Virginia. This year's been fairly lucky for the U.S. mainland regarding systems. We haven't had a single landfall season long, at least from what I know. Yeah, I don't think we've had a hurricane landfall. I think a tropical storm or 2 have kind of grazed or crossed over, but nothing crazy. Hey, Chris, thanks for what you do. What time is the rain coming in Georgetown, South Carolina, Saturday? I'm thinking mid-morning at the latest, but likely even earlier than that. Michael's watching. Hey, Chris, what about Long Island? Is it going to get hit? I'm in Arizona this week. Very bad flooding. People lost their lives in Arizona. Oh, man, hate to hear that. What do you think about Priscilla going to Arizona? Just wondering how bad that will be if Priscilla does hit. Well, let's take a look at it real quick because as I've been looking at the models, let me zoom out. The rainfall totals aren't off the charts. I mean, it looks like the remnants, most of it gets absorbed by Mexico. Now, you'll get some rain, but we're talking, the order of 2 to 5 inches of additional rain, which I know you don't want to see anymore. But it looks like the worst of Priscilla, as of now, will be staying in parts of Mexico. I pray New Hampshire could get some rain, other than a few 1/100ths of a drop since June, no doubt. We got Robert watching from Greenwood, Curray Beach. Going to be windy, 40-mile-per-hour winds and some rain coming your way. We got Columbus, Ohio in the house, South Carolina. Hi, I'm watching from Delaware. We're that state. You've named every other state around us, but never mentioned Delaware. We're located under Jersey and Pennsylvania to the right of Maryland. We're between D.C. and Philly. We are a whole state. Hey, thank you. I totally understand that. I'll make sure to mention you a little bit more there, especially when I'm talking about these nor'easters coming in. To clarify what you're going to see, from what I saw, your 50 to 55 mile per hour winds across Delaware and your 3 to 5 inches of rain. So you're going to get a walloping. I'd be sure next video to mention Delaware a little bit more. So thank you for pointing that out to me. Hey, thank you for being here. St. Lucia's in the house. Remember the king tides. Yep, thankfully the worst of the king tides are over, and we're going to get through those. They don't coincide with the highest of this onshore flow, but certainly something to watch. Virginia Beach and Greenville, South Carolina in the house. That wraps up the comment section today, folks. Hey, thank you for being here. And again, if you're new to this channel and you made it this far into the video through the comment section, pretty lit today as well. Please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and make sure you know that I'll be here tomorrow with another update for you, given the pattern going into the weekend with this big nor'easter coming in. Stay safe, folks. I'll talk soon.